Hi, I'm David Armstrong, and I'm here with our next edition of the Musical Theater Factory blog. And my guest today is Bruce Monroe, who is the musical director of our upcoming production of Cinderella. Hello, Bruce.
Hi.
How are you? How are things going down in rehearsal?
They are going great. We have a fabulous chorus. They are singing their hearts out, and many of them, most of them can dance extremely well. And that helps. That helps a lot in this show because there's so much of it is done through dance. And when you have a choreographer like Noah Racy, I mean, the dance becomes even more important than it is in the original script.
And tomorrow is an exciting day for you. Tell us about
that. Absolutely. We're going to have the first orchestra rehearsal. I'm very excited. A lot of my favorite musicians are playing in the pit. Lots of Fifth Avenue regulars, a couple of people who haven't played before, but really good group.
How many people in the orchestra altogether?
20 people.
So tomorrow, those 20 people will gather together for the very first time.
Mm-hmm.
And what will happen?
They'll look at the music and go, "Oh, I can play this." Most of the music is very easy, except for the magical sections are like all of a sudden, the musicians will turn a page and go, "Ah, notes!" We have 3 French horn players, which is very unusual. It makes for a nice sort of big, fat sound. And lots of flutes and woodwinds to sort of kind of creates sort of colors of kind of magic, I guess.
And so, will they have practiced the score on their own, or is this how does this usually work?
Basically, this is what they'll be seeing. They'll have practice books, but really they'll be seeing this thing mostly for the first time. And most of them haven't done this version of Cinderella, even if they've done the show before, because there's tons of versions of Cinderella.
So they'll be sight reading this.
Basically, yeah, they'll be sight reading, yeah.
And what is your goal to accomplish tomorrow?
I really want to get through all of Act 1.
And how long will that take? How much time do you have to do that?
We have 3 hours.
3 hours. So they're going to sight read this, and you'll be hearing them play this, obviously, for the first time.
Yes, and hopefully enjoying it.
How many rehearsals altogether will there be for the orchestra?
There's 2 official rehearsals of 3 hours each, and then there's what they call a sound check, which we get a chance to rehearse some more while the sound people sort of figure out what instruments to bring up and down.
And the first 2 rehearsals are in the theater or not in the theater?
They're in the lobby, and it's a great sight. It's a great sight to have the orchestra sort of spread out by where the refreshments usually are. Yeah.
So I think that's something people will be surprised is that the orchestra gets rehearsed in the lobby of the theater, but that's not unusual. The orchestra gets rehearsed in the lobby of many theaters because that's a space that's available to do it. And then we move them into the orchestra pit for the sound check. And then after the sound check? What's their next rehearsal?
The next rehearsal is called the Sitzprobe, or is it Wandelprobe?
Wandelprobe for this one.
The Wandelprobe, which basically is German for a moving rehearsal.
They will wandle around. They wander around the stage while the actors sing and are with the orchestra for the very first time.
And it's really important, actually, for the actors to be in the position they're going to be in when the orchestra is playing, because if they're gathered in front of the orchestra pit, they can hear everything they want. But if they're back where they're supposed to be acting, then they may not I can't hear that anymore. And it's a really good thing.
So what's the biggest pressure point for you over the next week? What is the day that you are either most excited about or most worried about, or both?
I'm the most excited about and worried, I guess, about sort of the big kind of dance sequences, getting the tempos sort of exactly locked in, and the magic, because all the magic is going to have to be timed as the pyrotechnics. It's going to be really interesting.
And it's up to you to really, in a sense, and you're an orchestrator, so in a sense, in a less literal sense, you have to orchestrate all of this together. You have to make you're driving it, basically.
Absolutely, I'm in charge for those portions. I'm in charge of the boat, which is really fun.
Good. Well, this has been Bruce Monroe and our Musical Theater Factory. See us next time. Thanks.